has been a busy week, a very busy week this week. We had some guests in cabin 1, which is over there. There aren't any guests in there right now. They're showing up in a couple hours. And right now we have guests in the main house. So it's friends of the owners that are staying in the main house. So regular like Airbnb guests, they don't stay in the main house. If there's ever anyone in there, it's always the owners, or it's very close family friends of the owners. So yeah, so we got some people in there right now. Peach and I. People always say like, oh, what do you mean we? Are you there with somebody? I'm not here with anybody but Peach. So if I ever say we, I am referring to me and Peach. So just so you know. We did see our first bear of the season yesterday. Well, Peach was in the cabin, but the guests were in the main house and they were on the balcony, so they saw him too. I was just coming out of the main house because I was getting the sheets washed, and I came out and I looked over to the little lagoon area here. It's not a lagoon, whatever it's called. And the bear swam from another island. He swam right in here, and then he came up on the shore and shook himself off like a dog and then went right into the forest. So I haven't seen him since. He didn't look massive. He looked kind of like a medium-sized black bear. So yeah, so finally, what is it, July, and we've seen our first bear. That's unheard of. Because it's been so busy and there's been so many people on the property for the last couple of weeks, and there were kids with the guests that were here last week, and I don't film when there's kids around, so I wasn't able to do any filming. So I put a post on YouTube asking people if they had any questions they wanted answered, and there were a lot. Thank you so much. I'm going to try this week to get in there and answer everything that you asked, but I think I'm only going to do about maybe 4 or 5 in this video. So these are in no particular order. I'm just kind of reading them as they're saved here. So how do you battle? So I don't have my glasses on. So Sandra Bishop 0419 asks, how do you battle isolation? Do you have regular check-ins with family, friends for safety? Randy and Sandy. I don't battle isolation because isolation is not a battle for me. I understand it is for lots of people, but for me in particular, it's not. I thrive in the isolation. So as far as check-ins go, I talk to my sister quite regularly, minimum once a week. Yeah, so I think if she didn't hear from me, then yeah, she's got all the phone numbers of everybody around here, so. They're like little children. So yeah, so if, you know, alright guys. So yeah, so she'd know pretty quickly if I went missing. But the owners, oh gosh, you guys, stop it. Okay, I'm just gonna get that other guy some walnuts. Okay, you two, stop it. Here's your own walnuts. Here. There you go. You can have those. Yeah, so, and the owners check in with me as well once in a while. And plus too, a lot of the neighbors, like if there's any issues, I can always call a neighbor. So the next question is a little bit long, but I'm just going to address the first part of it because I've been getting this question quite a lot lately. So from Len and Mary Classens, it says, I am so lost on some details of the place. You're always in flannel or sweater. Does it ever get hot enough for shorts and t-shirts for you? For some reason, I'm getting this a lot. I'm getting a lot of comments from people saying that I need to like wear t-shirts more and shorts, and it actually is quite funny to me that people are concerned about what I wear. But this area, I know the world right now is experiencing extreme heat, especially across Europe. In Mexico, they've got extreme heat, but in Eastern Canada as well, it's also extreme heat, and Eastern United States. But I live in it's not an official rainforest, but I live in a rainforest. So right now, the temperature's about 8 degrees Celsius. It is, what's the date? It's July 6th today, so it's about 8 degrees Celsius. The highest temperature that we've had so far this season is about 18 degrees. My cabin, I am surrounded by cedar trees, so it is very cold in my cabin all day long. Even if we hit our max of 22, 23, 4 degrees Celsius, it is still very cold in my cabin. I live in the shade in this particular area. For the last 2 weeks, we've pretty much had solid rain, like monsoon style rain, and it has been quite chilly. I think our high in the last 2 weeks was 15 degrees Celsius. Oh no, yesterday we got to 16 degrees Celsius. So it's not warm here. It's not hot here at all. And that's typical all year round. Our temperatures are very neutral. Like wintertime, we're not cold. We probably get a max of a low of -8, and then the high in the summer is probably 25 that we've had Celsius. So I'm not wearing heavy clothes because I enjoy torturing myself. I can honestly tell you, in the last 5 years that I've been here, I have never once had the desire to put on a pair of shorts. And not to mention a lot of the work I do as far as weed trimming, splitting wood. I don't want to wear shorts. I want to stay covered because I don't want cuts all over my body. So as it is now, when I'm weed trimming, I get things flying up into my face and cutting my face. I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's enough. Oh, he's getting the walnuts I gave him. I can't even imagine what it would be like if I was wearing shorts and t-shirt. So, yeah. So, and hats. I get hats a lot. People say, why are you always wearing a hat? Take your hat off. I like wearing hats. I enjoy wearing a hat. I've worn hats all my life. I've never had somebody question the fact that I wear hats so much. Also, working outdoors, there's ticks. There's all kinds of things around. You should wear a hat. But I wear hats because I enjoy wearing hats. I don't like to be cold in the winter, so I wear a hat. I don't like ticks in my head in the summer, so I wear a hat. I enjoy wearing hats. I just really enjoy a good hat. Anyways, I got a little sidetracked. So I hope I wasn't snappy in answering your question, but I'm glad you asked it because, yeah, I've been wanting to answer the question about the weather. I get that a lot here. Okay, the next question is from Sandy B7185. Hi Amanda, I have been wondering if you have had any interest in the boat. Are you still comfortable with the decision to sell? I have had some interest, but for those of you who have sold boats or bought boats, it takes a long time to sell a boat. It's not really something that's going to happen overnight. I am not second guessing my decision to sell it. I wish I would have sold it a bit earlier, to be honest. because my main goal right now is to buy my own property. I've gotten a few comments from people saying, don't sell your boat, you'll regret it. You'll regret moving away from the ocean, because I want to move north, but I'm not going to regret it, and I don't regret it. I love living by the ocean. I love it. I will miss it. I'm not going to pretend that I won't, but I've lived that dream. I've lived that dream now for 15 years, and I understand that a lot of people making these comments, perhaps that's their dream, and maybe they just haven't lived it yet. But I've done that, so I'm very comfortable selling my boat at this point. Moving north to me is it's just another adventure to have in this life. It's something I think that I just would like to experience. I'm not a huge fan of hot weather. I don't love hot weather. I know a lot of people do. I do not. I don't like to be hot. I like neutral weather. I know up north the winters are gonna, hit minus 25 Celsius. Yeah, so it's gonna be cold, but honestly, I would rather be cold and light a fire than be too hot. I just do not like being hot. So anyways, again, I'm getting sidetracked. So no, I do not regret the decision to sell my boat, and yeah, I'll be very excited when it gets sold. Brenda C6283 asked, what is the most adventurous thing that you have done in your life so far? And what are your top 5 things that you want to do on your bucket list? I think for me, some people might disagree, but I think the most adventurous thing I've done, and it was certainly one of the most difficult things I've done, is I walked the Camino de Santiago. So I walked from France, so Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, to Santiago in Spain. So that is, I think it's just under 800 kilometers, which is about 490 miles, 500 miles, something like that. It took me 34 days to do it, and it was extremely difficult. But to me, that was the greatest adventure I've had, and I want to do it again. I want to do it one more time before I leave this earth. I really want to do it again. I've done a bunch of other things in my life, like I've done the trek to Everest Base Camp, which was all right. It was cool being there. The Nepalese people are just the nicest people you'd ever meet. I've traveled across South America. I slept in the jungles on the Amazon River. Yeah, I've done the Inca Trail trek up to Machu Picchu. I've done all that stuff. But I can honestly say my biggest adventure was the Camino de Santiago, and I loved it. I loved it so much. As far as a bucket list, I've never had a bucket list. I've always just decided I wanted to do something, and then I would set it as my goal, and I would just do it. I don't really believe is such a stupid word, but it's my personal philosophy to not put things off. So if I wanted to live on my sailboat and sail around BC, I just thought, all right, that's what I want to do. And then that became my main goal: sell my condo, find a boat, get on the boat, and just start sailing. So yeah, if I decided I wanted to walk the Camino de Santiago, I remember when I first heard about it, it was some guy I was talking to. I think I was at a bar with some friends, and he just was telling me about his Camino de Santiago, and I was like, I've never heard of this. And I think within 3 months, I was on a plane to France doing the Camino de Santiago. It's my personal philosophy not to put things off. And I don't want to sound like unkind or anything, but I just think that bucket lists are just a way to put things off. I know not everybody can do that on a whim. I mean, people have lives, families, but I think I was able to do that because I built my life around not having a partner in life, not having children, because I just just wanted to be able to do these things. Yeah, so I think my life is just very different, that I'm able to not have a bucket list and just pretty much do what moves me at the moment. So I've been very fortunate. They're all gone. You've eaten them all. You've eaten everything. Stop complaining. You're not getting any more, that's for sure. The last question, I remember you saying one day you would like to have your own place. Would you stay in that area or move out further? I hope you can achieve your dream of having your own land. I am actively looking for land. Staying out here, I'd love to, but the challenge with staying out here, number one, is it's incredibly expensive. Like, we're talking millions. If I wanted to, if you want to get a property in the Broughton Archipelago, you'll be shelling out big bucks. I don't have big bucks. So, but that's not just the only thing, is out here, you've got to worry about all kinds of things. Like, if you want to build out here, the cost to ship out materials is extraordinary. The cost of maintaining everything on your property, because it gets corroded and aged with salt in the air, salt in the water. You've got the cost of your boat, you've got the cost of fuel. The cost of fuel alone to get from here to shopping is probably about $100. So it's very, very expensive to buy out here, but then it also is very, very expensive to support a life out here. I mean, you need fuel. You've got to get the fuel barge out here. You need to figure out ways to store your fuel on your property. Like, it can get very, very expensive. So that's not something I can sustain in my future, because I have no plans of becoming a millionaire or a billionaire. So yes, I'm going to move north. My plan is to purchase 10 acres of land that's remote. I am going to do everything off-grid. I don't want to be connected to hydro. I don't want to be connected to anything. I want to eventually put in my own well. I want to generate my own power. Of course, I'll use generator and fuel in the winter because, it's north and you don't have as much light up north as you would out here for your solar. But anyways, I could go on all day. So I've done a lot of research. I've actually built a 10-year plan for the land when I eventually buy it, on what I'm going to build when. And yeah, so I've done all the regulations research. I've just got the whole plan done. So now it's just a matter of finding some land. So yeah, so hopefully that'll happen pretty soon, but we'll see what comes up. So that's my Q&A. Oh, and I did get a few comments in the last video, people asking me to get shots of the whales. I will, I promise. I'm keeping my eyes open. The whales are really far from us right now, so even though sometimes in the video you can hear them blowing, they're very far away. Today is a very calm day, so if you heard any whales in the background, like, I just heard a whale. I don't know if you heard that, but the sound travels across the water very easily, especially when it's calm. So, but I'll try and get shots of the whales. We have whales here every day, starting from about mid-June, sometimes till November. So yeah, those are the questions I am going to answer today. I hope you found it interesting and I didn't blather on. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.